Today's topic is dosimeter. Today we will discuss about what is dosimeters and types of dosimeters and principles of film batch dosimeters. Radiation dosimetry is a radiation monitoring technique that is mainly used to determine the amount of radiation and as well as the distribution of radiation emitted from a source of ionizing radiations. So it directly measures the amount of radiation with the help of instruments. So radiation dosimeter is a equipment that is used to measure the amount of radiation present in the environment. Dosimeters are classified into two types. One is immediate read dosimeters, other one is delayed read dosimeters. So most commonly delayed read dosimeters used for personal monitoring. So in immediate read dosimeters mainly used for survey monitorings. So most commonly used immediate read dosimeters are pocket ionization chambers, solid state detectors, handheld Geiger-Müller counters and ionization detectors with dose accumulation functions. So these are all give the radiation present at that environment at that time. So if we want to add the entire dose on that day, we have to add accumulation functions along with that circuit. So next one is delayed read or personal monitors. So most commonly used personal monitors are film batches and TLA, that is called as thermoluminescent dosimeters, and OSL. So optically stimulated light emitting dosimeters. So here we will discuss about film batch dosimeters and TLD. So now we will discuss about film batch dosimeters. So film batch dosimeters are most commonly used personal monitors compared to TLD and other OSL dosimeters, because it is very low cost compared to other dosimeters. So and it gives a permanent exposure and permanent record. Okay. So it works by simply darkening of X-ray film. So it is nothing but very simple small size X-ray film placed inside a plastic container. Film batch dosimeter or film batch is a dosimeter mainly used for monitoring cumulative exposure to ionizing radiations. So you can see lot of people in X-ray room or CT room or in nuclear medicine department, they will wear small batch like things, small plastic container they will wear on the lead apron. So it is a dosimeter. So that is mainly used to monitor the radiation exposure to the individual. So that film batch dosimeter consists of two parts. One is photographic film and is a holder. So the film is removed and developed to measure the exposure. So main drawback of this film batch dosimeters, so that we have to develop the film. After that we can able to read the device. So immediate reading is not possible using film batch dosimeters. So the major portion of film batch dosimeter is nothing but simple X-ray radiographic film. So it consists of a small plastic base. So above that there is a small adhesive layer. So the adhesive layer enables the binding of emulsion with the base. Next one is emulsion layer. So emulsion layers is a main layer. It mainly consists of silver bromide crystals in gelatin. Then above that productive layers. So in the film, that diagram shows the both side coated film, and in older days they use some one side coated film. So nowadays they are using both side coated films. So approximately the size of plastic layer is 200 micrometer, and that silver bromide crystal layers is approximately 10 to 20 micrometers. The emulsion layer consists of silver bromide. During radiation exposure, that silver bromides are reduced into silver Ag plus and bromine minus. So normally that element silvers are black in color. During the development and fixation process, the undeveloped grains, that is silver bromide crystals, are washed away from the film. So exposed film contains only the silver. So normally elemental silvers are in black in color. In that image shows the negative image. So we will call it as latent image. So large dose exposure area will be the more darkened, and light radiation exposure region contains very light structures. So the film opacity is proportional to the amount of dose exposed to that particular part. Light transmission is a function of film opacity and can be measured in terms of optical density with device is called densitometers. So densitometers are small light based reading devices. So the light is transmitted across the X-ray film. So amount of transmitted light is based upon the darkness of the film. So optical density is defined as optical density is equal to log of I naught by Ix. I naught is the initial light intensity and I is equal to received, that is the transmitted intensity. So film batch dosimeter gives excellent 2D spatial resolutions. In single exposure, it provides information about spatial distribution of radiation present in that area. The response of film batch dosimeters depends upon several parameters which are difficult to control. One is the processing of film. So it will vary depending upon the person and depending upon the time also. And second thing is minimum dose required to produce evidence. So then second, film batch dosimeter mainly used for qualitative studies only, but sometimes with the proper calibration and analysis of film, it can be used for dose evaluation also. So various types of films are available for radiotherapy work, so for field size verification, for simulators or in portable imaging. The graph shows a log exposure curve. There is a x-axis log of exposure and y-axis represents the optical density. So it divided into 4 regions. One is fog region, other one is toe region, then linear portions and shoulder regions. Okay, so the exposure should be in linear portions. So in fog and shoulder region, in fog region it represents a very low exposure, in shoulder region it represents a very high exposures. So here 4 parameters are used. Gamma, it represents the slope of the linear part, and latitude, that range of exposure that fall in the linear part. Then next one is speed. So speed represents the exposure required to produce an optical density greater than 1 over the fog region. So that fog represents the optical density of unexposed film. So exposure should be in linear regions. So if exposure greater than that linear portions or less than the toe portions, so that reading is not useful. Next we will discuss about radiochromic film. It is a new type of film well suited for radiotherapy dosimetry. So the film is self-developing, does not require any developer or fixers. So it contains special dye that is polymerized and is develops a blue color upon the radiation exposures. So it is similar to the radiographic film. Radiochromic films doses are recorded using specially made densitometers. So the most commonly used radiochromic film materials are gallium fluorochromic films. Second important portions of film batch dosimeter is the film holder. It is nothing but simple plastic case. So it may contain many number of filters for attenuate the specific type of radiations. If we monitor one particular radiation, we have to add specific filter to that plastic case. Suppose if we want to monitor gamma rays, the filters are made up of metal or usually tin or lead. If we want to monitor beta particle, the filter may be various densities of plastics. So typically for a single batch to contain a series of filters of different thickness and different materials to precisely monitor the radiations in the environment. Use of several densities of plastics allow us to estimate the energy of the incident radiations. So the filters are placed on both front and back to ensure the operation regardless of orientations. So additionally, the filter need to be sufficiently large, typically 5 mm or more, to minimize the effect of radiation incident on a particular angle. The main advantages of film batch dosimeters are permanent record of exposure. So the developed film is physical evidence of the radiation exposure to the individual. Then second important advantage is exposure pattern discrimination. So the film batch offers limited discrimination between the different patterns of exposure. Then third one is the radiation type deduction. So the use of multiple filters allows separate the measurement of different kinds of radiation such as alpha particle, beta particle and gamma ray radiations, and we can also estimate the energy of that incident radiation using different densities of materials. The main drawback of film batch dosimeters, we cannot get the reading immediately. So it takes time for developing the film, so which is a time consuming process, and prolonged heat exposure can affect the film. We cannot able to read the radiation exposures below 20 millirem.